because showing up with skin
We
that's
want you to
gold.
burn these bodies in your forge.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's a little bit more on the level than, hey, here's a wrap of a
Here's a
skin.
human-shaped, like, metal body made out of gold. Like, how did you get that? Why is it attached to chunks of meat?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
One seems a little bit more forthright than the other one.
Well, Victor is, of course, in the least forthright part of town at the moment. So that's who he knows.
Alright.
But the guy, at least from the slight conversation you get from him, seems to be a tome robber of some kind, and has done things like this before for different reasons and different customers.
Right, it's more also that we have to pay two people. Like
Right.
two sets of people, which means that the price of this is going up.
Well, it is just a simple skinning, but man, this stuff is made out of gold.
See, he's
Ugh,
already
but the
trying to
terrible
work us.
mutants.
I can hear it.
At the very least, nobody will blink an eye if I, take these weirdo deformed-tailed things, like, out back and, bury them. But it's still gonna be a little bit of work. I'm gonna charge you, what was the silver called again? Shillings?
Shillings.
Yeah. I'm gonna charge you a shilling for each body here.
That's fine. Take it.
Yep, do it.
Pleasure.
And I'm gonna watch him intently as he works. Because he's not taking like an ear and pocketing it.
He stops and looks at the tails as he works and realizes that he can start squeezing out some kind of liquid from it and kind of considers for a minute.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, how would you, if they are scorpion tails, what would be needed to try to get the venom out?
Well, I'm not really too sure, honestly. Did you manage to
Well, that
see
was
what
out
these
of
things did in
character.
action?
Alexa is like wordlessly just sort of following and like, we will never speak of this ever again, sort of thing. But
But
out of character. Go ahead.
but did you see what they did in action?
No, they've never hit a single target in their entire lives.
Well, that
They
makes me
did hit
worry.
Alexa actually, but she resisted the poison.
So we don't know what it does, so I guess I'll need to do all due caution. Well, all the skin's like in a pile over there. It's so clunky. I'm sure you can handle it, though. I'll go ahead and deal with this, he says as he starts like putting on some very thick leather gloves and like a leather mask on top of himself. I'm gonna try to make sure that I don't die handling these.
Okay, I'll put the blanket on the floor. I'll throw the skins on top of the center of the blanket, and then I'll wrap up all four corners of the blanket, tie it shut, and then take that back outside to throw on the horse.
Alright, you now have misshapen lumps of metal to take away. And if you aren't gonna stick around for him farming poison, you can go ahead and proceed to a all-night smelting.
Okay, let's go.
Yep.
Oh,
Along the way, I would also like to be able to pick up my armor. Shit, whatever it was, the chest, and pass that
Mail
on to
shirt.
us. Yeah. I can't seem to
Oh,
find it in my list, but I know I have it.
okay. So you can go ahead and handle that inventory as as Victor leads you into the Wind District to, someone up very late at the night managing a fire, or in their forge. And, they'll look at you as you approach and go, late night customer. Always someone. Thanks for bringing about the business. And he'll go ahead and pull out a, few silver shillings and pass them over to Victor. And Victor's just gonna nod and smile to everyone.
Okay.
So, how can I do you for? What have you got?
We have some raw materials that we need to smelt down in your forge.
Okay. Well, if it's just a smelting, it's just gonna be a small percentage of whatever the material is. What do you got here? Ooh, it's like gold.
Right.
Weird
Sheets of
configuration.
gold.
Sheets of gold. Well, let's see. For this much, since you're not just doing a small little load here, I'm going to charge 5% over the top fee for the total amount of gold here.
5%?
So that
Are
much will
you
be mine,
crazy?
and the rest will be yours.
5% is an insane amount.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "Come on.
No.
If you're bringing in a small amount, I'd be charging 15. 5% is the bulk discount rate.
And I'm
You're getting
saying
a great
you're even
deal.
crazy to suggest that. Don't tell me like you think I'm someone to be played. What's your real amount? What's the real amount to charge?
Do you want to go ahead and barter with him?
No, I want Victor to do that because I like the little guy to back me up.
Victor goes, "Well, come on. He's got a good rate. He paid me money.
Okay,
Look, I'm
apparently
advertising
cannot
for him,
rely on
alright?
Victor. I
Conflict
guess,
of interest.
right, I guess Victor is not to be helped. Okay, what am I looking at here?
Not in this particular instance.
Haggle, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can try too.
Well, let's both throw in on it then. Because I suck.
I don't think Conrad's in this one, is he?
No.
No,
you went
No,
with
he's on a
somebody
different
else.
adventure of healing.
Too
Yeah.
bad. Well, yeah, no, I have to train Haggle as part of my skills, but yeah.
Alright, he kind of crosses his arms and goes, 5%'s the rate. I'm open all night. You could wait until morning for someone else if you really want.
Fine.
Obviously, this matters to you.
I'll give you
5%.
7 gold crowns.
It's like, hold up. I don't want the coins. I want the material. I got a business.
Right, I'll cut off 7 gold crowns worth of it for you.
You have the 3 skin worth of bodies, right?
Right.
Let's see. 1 second. Maybe actually
I've done the
for
math.
that.
I've done the math. That is the math. Do not check me on this. No, the difference is 7.35. I'm just rounding down.
Yeah, it's 7. Okay, yeah. So he'll go ahead and take 7, and he will start smelting the rest of it. And as it's smelted, go ahead and make a perception check.
I don't see anything.
I do.
You notice a foul green smoke emanating from the top of the forge,
Uh-oh.
with your elven eyes able to actually distinguish some amount of color in the middle of the night. But of course, he forges it. It all melts down into a thick metal bowl. And as he pulls it out and pours it out into the bars, he waits for it all to cool, and then pulls it out with leather gloves on and sets them out on the table one by one, and takes the and puts, of course, his 7 gold portion on the side. Well, here you go. Good number of metal bars. I'm sure you could trade them out if you like, but they're all yours to do with whatever you want. If you want, I can give you a good discount rate on making this into jewelry or something if you like.
I have a quick question about something that apparently is known to us out of character.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But it might be known to me in character because I did pass that evaluate.
Go ahead.
The mutation properties of this metal.
Indeed. With the green smoke and your own evaluation, you feel that this metal might actually be mutagenic.
Uh-oh.
You could definitely pass it off as normal, but if you touch this fully exposed to your skin, it may cause some ill side effects.
Oh man, from an out of character standpoint, I'd love to play that gamble. I would love
Yeah.
to touch the metal and just
Oh,
see
yeah.
what happens. But
I love that.
Fortunately, I gave you enough outs here that you actually figured it out.
yeah,
so.
no, that's why I said from an out of character standpoint, what's life if not for gambling, right?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
to see what
Imagine you become
You're
like
right.
one of those skinless giants suddenly. It's like, well, okay, hide that.
There are some pretty awesome mutations, though. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
There are.
Yeah,
there
there
are
are
some
some
that
good
are
ones.
absolutely like complete benefits, and I have this huge mutation table that I wanted to roll.
You have Time of Corruption?
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
You know
yeah,
what?
yeah, I got it right over here.
God, because
Ooh.
you don't ever know how many times this might actually come into play. Oh, I
Yeah.
so want to do it.
Yeah!
I've tried mutating you guys 3 times now, and it hasn't worked. I'm gonna succeed one of these days, I swear.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Who wants
We
to
can
call
do
this
it
for
later.
me? Call it. High or low?
Hi.
I heard a high.
I
You failed me.
Ah.
Alright. I'm gonna take him and wrap him up in a blanket so I don't touch him.
All right,
And you
you
also
take the
want to
safety
go
safe
stuff.
measure. You take
You're
the same measures that you took with that grimoire. You're good about not touching stuff you're not supposed to touch.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't rub it all over your face, you should be fine.
Yeah, it's like my old plan to start touching people with the insanity book.
Oh god.
Gustav's gonna go to bed tonight, and he's like, God, this bed is so hard. Oh, fuck me!
I mean, I already mutated today, like magic mutation, but still.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm just gonna totally ignore the dwarf offering to buy them off at discount because, you know, I've got the other plan. I guess I'll Alexa,
Well, you're
I
here,
think...
you got the metal, you know, you could forge it into anything you want.
No, because the idea here, out of character, is I think I'm gonna try and sell it to the Skaven.
Okay.
Effectively, you know, at warpstone prices. Whatever you call that.
Yeah.
But requires that these be held somewhere else because I'm not going to carry them down into the Skaven nest to be robbed.
Right, definitely.
I don't know. I don't care how afraid of elves Skaven are. They're not going to pass that by.
Yeah, for that. They're all gonna try to gank you for it.
So I
but-
guess you're going to have to hold on to these for a little bit, Alexa, while I make the deal.
What a pretty gold! Let me touch.
Well, no, she's watched this too a little bit, but like, yeah, this seems gross. And yeah, okay, I won't touch them, but she'll take them and say, "We won't ever speak about this again, will we?"
God, I really want to touch those.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I know I rolled, but I'm touching them.
Well, it's
Yay!
not here, not here. Come on.
Joy.
It's so
away.
irresistible. I gotta do this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm not here though.
We'll take them away. How many bars are there, by the way?
It's 50 gold crowns, or it's like 150 gold crowns worth total. So, let's say, 6 gold
Okay.
bars.
6 bars. Okay,
See,
so
The
6
thing-
gold bars, roughly equal to 25 each.
The thing is that I haven't looked at the mutation charts or anything. Like, I have no idea how many good or how many bad there are. I just know there are some good.
There are a lot of them.
yeah, there's more often than not they're bad. You know,
I
probably
understand
85% are.
And you've seen how many times I've failed rolls today, so we know how bad luck is going in my way.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
God, it's just the reason
It's
I play
irre-
games. I want
Yeah, it's
things.
irresistible.
I want things like this to happen.
Around
That's
the
why we'll
mutation
do it.
table.
We'll do it away from the eyesight of the dwarf.
Right? No.
It's a
I mean,
dream.
it's not going to be intentional. In character, it's going to be a mistake. Like I'm passing
Yeah.
the bars to do something. Like we're going to move
Right,
them to
yeah,
hide
you
them,
as a
or-
person, you just want to see what happens
Yeah,
next.
we're moving to hide them or something, and like a bar is going to slip out, and unmistakably, I'm going to go to catch it, like because that's what your instinct is, and then. You know, that's
It's irresistible. I
I
can.
don't know if we'd want to give this to the Skaven. They might start making warp some weapons out of it.
yeah. I don't care.
They
about
already
that.
have warpstones. Like,
Yeah. They have a whole underground empire. If they want something, they're gonna get it.
yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and call the night there and move on into day. The dawn is rising. Are people actually getting sleep tonight? Is my
No,
question.
because Gustav will go right to the Temple of Verna after going to the Temple of Shalia. He donates books, like free, like the not evil or magic books, like the he gives knowledge back to Verena as a sacrifice as a thank you for helping him in the battle. So he fought.
Where did you find all these books? These are old editions.
He's as
They've been out of print for like 20 years.
as as rightful. It's rightfully belong to the temple.
Well, it certainly does now. We thank you for your service.
And he will spend his night in prayer to his goddess.
All right, go ahead and make me a toughness check just to see if you How long you manage to stay awake praying?
I'll probably fall asleep right away.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep, well, you do eventually fall asleep, and when you wake later, you of course find yourself in a free bed in the bunkhouse of in Verena's temple.
Oh, embarrassing.
So, well, they understand. Always long nights studying and praying. Oh, the acolytes always do. Was anyone else going to try staying up late and doing even more?
Well, I doubt there's any smiths
Not
open this late.
Well, as far as Conrad is aware, he doesn't have
So
a Victor with him.
go to bed.
Alright. Conrad, when you go to sleep, you end up tossing and turning in a nightmare as you see the body of, what was her name again? Gosh, I'm just terrible with these names.
Margaret.
Of Lady Mildred Morgan.
So close.
Yes, splayed upon the ground. And of course, as you see it, you see the mutations taking hold. Wings and hooved feet, a long tongue, terrifying mutations, still dead. And you realize that the face that you saw on that wizard was the very same as Mildred Morgan's.
Da-da-da-da!
No, that
You
sucks.
wake up in a cold sweat as dawn is rising, and you are still tired.
I almost banged her.
Yes, that's the takeaway.
But it would have been really, really good, I suspect.
You do know with almost certainty that it was not her there on the ground. It's just taken you a while to realize the similarities.
Hmm.
Nobody gains mutations at that rate. You saw her just a day ago. Or do they?
It is chaos.
So, new day rises, everyone will pay their way for their rent and food for the day.
All right. Conrad will be heading off to trying to Graybeard's smithy.
Okay. You take a visit to Graybeard, and he's up bright and early, and Alexa is forced awake as well. Gotta get to the fires. We got breakfast going.
Okay. She'll just
You
sort
look
of.
great. You weren't touched at all tonight. You had a great night out, didn't you? Come on, let's get to work.
She'll kind of nod and then get back to work. At some point, when she does have free time, she'll have to offload those 3 leather jerkins too.
Indeed. And of course, Conrad is coming around the forge. And Conrad, what are you looking for?
Bird, 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 bird.
The birds are very
looking-
loud today in Middenheim.
Looking for a buckler, good sir.
A buckler, huh? I
Sorry.
think I got one of those around here. And he'll go ahead and head into the house for a moment and pull out a sort of old-looking buckler, but it looks like it's been well taken care of. It is, of course, of standard quality and has dwarvish symbols upon it.
Oh, this would be excellent.
Ah,
People know how
yes.
to make things good.
I could even offer you a repaint if you want for a little extra.
Hmm. Would you know anything of the Lady of the Lake?
Yeah, that's worship down the south, isn't it?
Yes.
You got a symbol? Something I can pattern on?
If you'll give me a moment, you can take a parchment and charcoal and draw it out.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and make an art check?
All right. What?
If you don't have the skill, just go ahead and roll half your intelligence.
Yeah, I don't see art anywhere.
Well, it would be a trained skill is the thing. A knowledge skill.
And so my intelligence is 30, so I'll just roll and give it a
Roll
minus.
versus 15. How wonderful of an artist are you? Well, not that great, but, well, not that bad, at least. Your art has so many mutations to it. He kind of looks at it, and looks at you, and goes, Alright, I think I get the idea. I think I can manage something like this.
Yes, if you could give it a dwarven flair to it, I would greatly appreciate this homage to the artist.
Oh, absolutely. And he'll go ahead and busy himself with painting for a little bit while Alexa, you are sent upon task after task to actually do a fair bit of work right now.
Okay. I'm sure by the by, too, that me letting that woman of a few morals away, well, kissing her atop a corpse will totally not come back and have cause me to have nightmares or weird dreams at all. But yeah.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So yeah, I'll just keep at it and try to process everything as, just kind of have that I'm really creeped out but don't know what to do. I'm just sort of taking it one step at a time express.
Uh, let's see. Names again. Do. Greybelt will, of course, notice you being a little bit distracted and just put his hand on your shoulder and give it a few pats, but not actually ask you what's on your mind. Just a little bit of comfort
Yeah, because
to
he's
keep you
sweet like that.
focused.
Okay, but I'll do the work. And
Okay.
the 3 leather jerkins that I have now, I could add to the pile of stuff now that I have.
Absolutely, and you can make your repair checks as well if you like.
Sure. And does his forge add any bonuses?
Uh, yeah, he has equipment and such. Go ahead and add your +10.
Okay, so I have 4 poor jacks, caps, swords, and poor shields, so 4 of each, and 3 common jerkins. So I suppose I will start with the leather jack.
Okay. Still learning.
Let me do one more because I can do 2. I
And
am
still
just
learning.
my mind is not in it right now.
You're a
Despite,
little bit distracted by sensual curves and furry rears and dangly bits.
unspoken
So
horror.
many dangly bits. They just keep coming back.
I can see it when I
Ah,
close my eye.
no, they're just even clearer then. Keep them open, never close them. Which leads us into what everyone else is doing. Gustav, what are you doing with your new morning?
I'm probably going by my Grebel to say hello to everyone.
All right, you go ahead and go ahead and pass by to say
And
hello.
I want to talk to Master Grebel to make a commission for him.
And just quickly, I don't suppose Lash is gonna end up going to Grey Belt today either.
Well, actually, I would have been active over the night, but since my stuff is probably going to keep me separate from everybody, I have no
Okay.
problem going through all their
So
stuff.
we'll cover your nighttime events then in a little bit.
Right.
What was it? Gustav, you were going to go ahead, say hello to everyone, and what were you getting again?
Still to Master Greybelt, I want to make a commission for him.
Oh, what you got?
Well, I was wondering if you knew how to do jewelry.
He kind of puts a hand behind his head sheepishly and goes, "Well, I've I've tried a few times. I mean, I can make rings, I can make circles, I can press a pattern, but not usually my artistic forte, if you know what I mean. I can certainly still do it,
Oh,
but well, I'm honored that you'd come to me first for it.
well, I mean, you're the best smith I know. I don't know many smiths, but you have a reputable shop. You've have my friend as an apprentice, so I feel more, you know, feel like it's deserved. Um,
Right, and
I
a
was
friend of my apprentice is a friend of mine.
I was wondering if you could craft for me simple necklace with a symbol of Verena on it.
Ah, I see. Well, it just so happens I got at least one of the molds around here for that. They came in a few times for it, so I just went ahead and made one. Go ahead and you make one of those for you if you got any. Do you have any material you want me to smelt into it, or am I gonna have to pull that out of my own
Um,
supply?
I don't have any material now. What
All
could you
right.
recommend?
Well,
Oh,
I think silver happens to work best when it comes to Verena. Kind of a nice sheen, not overly pretentious, and can be subdued when the need arises. You
well,
know,
that's what I was
blends in
thinking
with
as
the rest
well.
of an outfit.
Yes, that's what I was thinking as well.
All right.
Oh,
So
and
for a silver
there's,
symbol Verena.
I guess I've got this jewelry, so 5 gold crown of jewelry that I found on the Miss Sorceress.
He goes ahead and takes a look at it, examines it, kind of holds it up his eyes, and goes, "I think we could do a trade then. A little bit of silver for a little bit of all of this."
Sure.
All right. So he will happily take the gold crowns worth of jewelry, uh, and go ahead and start smelting up some silver to pour into a mold of, and get you a symbol of Verena just for you.
Thank you kindly.
No problem at all. I don't get enough chances to really pull out the silver supplies that I got in the back. Almost considered making them into cutlery every now and then, you know?
Uh, is it nice looking?
Definitely. It comes out looking, of course, preformed. It has some smooth parts to where sharp features should be, but that's only because it's from a mold. If he spent a little bit of time kind of pulling out his a few of his tools, sharpening out the edges, highlighting the different parts of it, and cutting off the chads, it suddenly becomes a rather beautiful little piece of art, ready made just for you.
Thank you. It's very beautiful. It's perfect.
And almost done over here, he says as he puts the finishing touches to the buckler and comes up with the symbol of the Lady of the Lake in a very block-like style. Everything is at very sharp angles of relief, but it comes across as very aesthetically pleasing
Oh, this
as
is
he hands
perfect.
you the buckler over.
And how much would you ask for this work of art?
Standard book prices, and he's going to charge a couple extra shillings just for the paint.
All right, I'll make that an extra gold crown and for the art.
Alexa, you have the best friends, you know that?
Yeah, I guess.
You know what? It's just about lunchtime. How about I go ahead and cook you all up something for today?
That would be greatly
My treat.
appreciated.
Um, are you, Alex? Are you all right?
Uh, y- yeah.
Is you sure?
Uh, yeah, I think so. I just, yeah. Um,
You know what'll help? More work. And he takes a full box of metal and just sets it down in front of you. All right, I need you to follow these instructions.
okay.
And he kind of looks over to Gustav and gives a slight little wink.
She'll start working on it.
All right. Oh boy, sorry. Ugh. Then I guess Gustav will go back to the temple to have his symbol blessed.
All right. You go ahead and go back to the temple to have your symbol blessed. And of course, they have procedures for it. They have some holy water in the basin. They do prayers to Verena to it, wishing, of course, you quickness of mind and sturdiness of spirit in the face of all of your challenges ahead.
Then I guess I'll go talk with Lady of Light. I forgot
Okay.
her name.
Yes. Her name is I gotta find it too. I wrote it down. Here it is. Lady Renat.
Yes.
And of
Yes.
course, it's after lunch. She, uh, you know from the schedule Eisen gave you before, she would not be at her house. She would actually be heading off to meet the bailiff at the Middenplatz.
Well, I guess it's relevant to the belief too, so I would go there.
Okay, so you'll go ahead and take a stop at the bailiff, and the guards will recognize you, and you show them your letter of introduction. They go, "Ah, magic business. Well, fair, good enough. Go on inside."
Thank you.
And you, of course, find Renat and the bailiff both sitting at a table together, enjoying a little bit of post-lunch snacks. And it appears they have a small map in front of them, to which the bailiff will sheepishly reach out to the map, curl it up, and hide sensitive information from unneeded eyes. And but he will greet you friendly and go, "Ah, you must be what's the name?" As he snaps his
Gustav,
fingers. Gustav, yes, of course.
we met some time ago.
Yes, I think last week even.
Yes.
I haven't had many jobs to send your way, so I haven't sent anyone out.
Well,
But it appears you've entered a brand new career.
yes.
Well, hmm, it'd be untowards of me to say anything unfair about magic while the Lord of Light is here with me, but congratulations nonetheless.
Thank you kindly, sir.
And the good lady will look over you and offer you a seat next to her and pour you a little bit of the tea that's on the table.
Oh, nice. I will sit and sip some tea.
It's been on my mind today, but I am, of course, curious how things must have gone last night for you.
Ah,
All of my
well.
wizards came back to me alive and well,
Yes.
and they told me a little bit about what happened, but I'm sure the bailiff will be interested in hearing it from you.
And Gustav will um, basically recite everything that happened last night. Every piece of information you have. Yes.
Right in the middle of the Grafsman district? Right underneath everyone's feet?
Yes.
How did they manage to get in and out like that without anyone noticing?
I have no idea, Hero. It's a bit crazy. But
Yeah, we do have a number of documents to go over, and I'm sure in
yes,
the ensuing weeks of study, my acolytes will come up with a number of new targets for us to discover. Nobody managed to get out of there alive, though, did they? He says as he looks at you sternly.
unfortunately, I think a number of people managed to get out alive. I'm not sure if they were involved with the cult, though. No confirmed cultist, has been left alive. And we have 3 eyewitnesses that could identify anyone anyone they could. And we have 1 cultist that surrendered herself to your guards.
Ah, yes, they came in with a report. Good men, those two. I always sort of worry about them, but
They did
they've
well.
done good work today, and we're already starting the interrogation. She'll tell us everything in time.
And I have some correspondence, some letters, and I open my bag and present all the letters I had
Ah,
on the
yes,
table.
that would be what my acolytes have told me about. Excellent. He will briefly pore over them and go, hmm, they keep their terms terse. They definitely don't want to reveal anything. This might take a little while to connect the dots. But there were a few dead nobles in the basement there, as Benny has told me. I believe maybe we connect their names to this and maybe form a few webs of association. I think we'll figure out who's truly on our side among the noble class that remains here in the city. It's a shame that Toddbringer brought all the good ones with him. I'm just left to clean up the trash.
Well, at least there one chaos sorcerers less in this town, in the world.
Yes, good riddance to that.
Yes.
He'll go ahead and hold up his tea and very daintily go for a small toast to that. And of course, Lady Renat will sort of look at you and go, "Oh, I did some inquiries yesterday that I thought you might be interested in. I have another letter for you if you're interested in perhaps aiding the Commission of Public Works.
Of course.
I know you're busy, and this, of course, is not a request or order of any kind, but I'm sure with your own interest to help out the poor and needy of the city, perhaps you could find some way to push their progress along.
Well, if I can help the city, then I'll be happy to.
You've certainly helped it enough, and hopefully its defenses will hold as long as I and the bailiff keep our watchful eye on it all. But
I'll
you've done
s-
excellently. You
Thank
should
you.
perhaps take a break from all this madness for a while.
Yes, my friend also helped me a lot in this endeavor.
Speaking of your friends, I would have
Yes,
formed up a letter, but I don't believe that your elven friend can read.
I don't believe so.
Perhaps you could deliver a message to him for me. Tell him that we've followed his information, and while I believe him to have spoken truly, we could not find what he spoke about.
Very well, sir. I'll forward this information.
Yes. Tell him that I'm gravely concerned, and any additional information he can pull up would be appreciated.
Thank you. Well, I will go as soon as I have something for you, my lady. Something you should go to the College of Light, and I will extract the grimoire and just present it to her.
She goes ahead and takes a look at it and goes, "Ah, I know what this is. This must have been that wizard, correct?
Yes,
I believe the acolytes mentioned she was a sorceress. Hmm." She goes ahead and flips through it briefly and goes, "It's a good thing she did not use most of this. Perhaps she was not as powerful as my acolytes made her out to be.
she was very skilled in the wind of magic.
She did have a demon.
Yes,
Perhaps next time I should send a banisher with you instead. I thought some simple muscle would be enough."
they were more than helpful. They were instrumental in our victory.
That is a relief to hear. And they will actually move into more social conversation for a little while with you there as well.
Oh, nice.
And you will spend some time there.
Yep.
And since everyone else is busy, I'm kind of curious because Lash said he had things that he wanted to do in the night. He is not going to sleep. Lash, what were you up to?
Well, I mean, I have to go talk to the Skaven, for one thing. But
Ah, of course.
I would like to see what happens when I drop that thing and try and catch it.
Yes.
All right, you go ahead and try to hide your gold, and it drops at your feet, and you reach out to catch it, and then you realize, wait a second, this was a terrible mistake, and you need to make a toughness check.
Toughness.
It might be at a penalty. Let me find out. It is at -20 to avoid mutation.
Is it?
Oh god, this is a terrible idea.
This is a great idea.
Huh. Did not read that
This
one.
is awesome.
I didn't know I could not get a mutation.
It could, in fact, just not happen, but
Okay.
all we know, your luck, and there it is.
Yes, I'm reading in the Tome of Corruption.
Indeed, and I
So
will be
many
using that as
things.
well. And my question is, of course, is there a chaos god that favors you?
I would assume.
Well, there's a master list, and then there's like a.
I think
Yeah.
after murdering a whole bunch of Slanesh, it's probably not Slanesh for you right
You
now.
have to pledge yourself to a Chaos God to have his.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the last second of holding it, do you pledge yourself to chaos god? After all you've
I mean,
done?
that is a real thought right there. That's a humdinger of a question.
Cormax's dick shots.
If not, then we could just go ahead and go straight to roll 1d1000.
Well, actually, you roll 3d different tens.
Same effect.
Alright, if we're sure it's the same effect.
I mean, I'm looking at this big list, and I've been rolling 1d1000 for every mutation I've been doing here. An 86 on 1,000?
Ooh, what's that?
That is a
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll the way
bestial
up.
appearance.
Oh!
Oh,
Here, real quick. Here's the thing, though. I have one fortune point, fate point remaining, and I can use a fate
if
point.
you would
to
very much
reroll.
like to use it to re-roll it, you could.
Well,
Yeah, you
I'm
can
gonna
only
see what
use-
it is first.
You
I
can
think
only
Bestial
use
Appearance
fate
is
points in
fine.
order to reroll on mutations.
Your fish mutate gain the appearance of some sort of animal or fiend. You lose minus.
Yeah,
2d6
bestial appearance
plus
basically
some
turns you
questions.
partway towards becoming a beast man.
You
Right.
become a druid.
Let's see, it's a D100 roll as well. Doesn't say, we're gonna play us all out and see if it's worth taking.
Oh, you can gain nice bonuses.
Weasel.
Ooh,
I could be the Slinky Boy.
you could be this game's Slinky Boy. Natural weapons talent. So you'd have claws and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't have...
No,
Much
he has
of
Well,
it.
spikes.
considering that you're
Weapons
always
skill.
worried about weight, you wouldn't have to worry about carrying a dagger around.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't have much in the way of weapon skill.
Mm-hmm.
Also, my race changes to mutant.
Indeed.
You become. You sure?
Yeah. No, it's in the Tomb of Corruption. My race changes. Also,
Oh,
I have to
yeah.
make a check against insanity points as well after this.
Yep.
The whole-
And next.
the
full
worry
moon-
here, is that if I use a fate point, I am stuck with whatever else happens,
Yeah.
which could be uncontrollable flatulence. So
You're the one who wanted to do this.
no, I'm not going against it. I'm just saying, you know, I'm going to use the fate point. I want something
Oh.
cooler if I can get it. Otherwise,
Okay.
live with my mistakes.
Because this is silly mutation stuff, I'll let you have the choice of what you got now or what you get.
Oh,
Because,
that's
of
not
course, you're
fun.
spending a fate point for it, so... 501.
501 is large ears.
Large
Never-
ears.
Fuck
Oh,
me.
large deal.
Big eared elf.
You just turned to a caricature. How silly.
You're just a Christmas elf.
Oh, did you also roll the thing that says how many mutations I can possibly have?
No, not yet. I believe that's a D10 plus your toughness for your maximum.
It's a D10, yeah, plus my toughness bonus. But
Right, so
I'm
currently...
also not supposed to know, but whatever.
It honestly doesn't quite matter. It's very hard to reach that number. I've tried.
You also need to roll for more syllab, like 3d10 days.
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Morsleb was just a couple of days ago.
It doesn't matter. It comes randomly. So
Oh, right.
Again,
Well,
I
that
didn't
just
understand what you said, so.
the Chaos Moon, when it's full, gives you another mutation.
Okay. Hold on a second. Acute hearing. Oh, I get plus 20% to my perception skill. Yeah, I'll keep acute hearing. I mean, triple the size of my ears. I'm fucking elf. It makes sense.
Now you're an elf-a-limp.
So you have massive ears now.
I have acute hearing with ears that are 3 times the size, which just means I'm more of a knife ears.
It probably looks ridiculous at the very least.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just checking a couple of other things
But
here.
it's better than having, you know, I don't know, weasel natural weapons. But you're saying that I have to roll again?
Yeah. From
I mean, I'm fine with that.
What are we rolling for exactly here?
next full, yeah.
I've rolled
Three-
for when it's happening next. I know when.
All right.
But
so
you're saying
next-
that I get a second mutation because it's so close to the...
No, but next time Morslab is full, you must make a toughness check or gain a second mutation.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Mutants continue mutating, basically.
Yeah.
But you know what? I hate to say it. I drop it out of fear because I oh fuck, what did I do? And then I feel my ears get huge or some shit like that. And then in my confusion, I go and pick it up.
Again?
I touch it again.
You,
Oh my god!
you, in total idiocy, you panic and go to pick it up.
Yeah, I deal with the ear situation. I'm like, oh god. Okay, at least it's not as bad. Oh my god, I can hear everything. And I reach down and I pick it up, the bar again.
Alright, go for a second one. Was there insanity to mutating again?
There is.
Yeah.
Hey, agile.
We'll cover it all at the end.
That is agile. By the way, neither of these have fear points associated with them, so...
Oh.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate for you. You could have been really scary.
Yeah, or, I mean, you know, have that negative to hit me thing. Let's see, agile. Your body becomes sleek, and your movements have a graceful, almost liquid quality. Gain plus D10% to your agility characteristic each time.
These
you gain
actually
stability.
worked out in your favor. Jeez, you got
yeah.
really
I
lucky.
believe that's a roll a 1d10 then.
Yep,
Rub
and
it
that-
against you. I mean, against yourself. Rub it.
Damn it!
2, so 2%.
It's still good.
Still
Yeah,
good.
but my agility is already 45, so it doesn't push me over to the next, you know, full
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see, what is this modifier? 2. God, I'm so tempted just to do it again.
Stop!
Do it! Do it!
I'm not a good gambler.
Do it! It's addictive.
It
It's
is
awesome.
addictive.
Yeah.
Suddenly everything it just sounds crystal clear and your movements are so fluid and you just wonder, almost in character now, what if I did it again?
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally at 70%.
You could roll a
perception
willpower
for
if you want to
hearing.
just flat try to resist it in character. Or you
Yeah,
can roll with
but
it.
here's the problem. I did that once, and I touched it anyway.
Come on.
Oh god, I gotta do it again,
Ah.
You
guys.
gotta do it, it's addictive.
Oh my god! I would stop for the record. I would have stopped here. Okay.
I
would
know,
have-
I know, I
would've
heard
dropped-
you say that already.
Before we do another one,
Oh.
so what about this insanity? When
Yeah,
does this
yeah.
come into play?
We should do that now. I might be too
What do
insane
we need to do for it?
Hold on, it's after all of the descriptions for stuff.
Yeah.
It's a roll.
I'm trying to like keep mine like up at the descriptions because that's what's we're trying to work with.
See, you just
Alright.
want to get a bad one.
I don't,
You
but at the
did.
same time, you know.
Indeed.
Alright,
You
let's
just
see
did.
here. First time a character gains a mutation, he must immediately succeed on a challenging minus 10% willpower test or gain 2 insanity points. So it's
Alright, so go ahead and roll for the first one.
let's see, willpower. And minus 10.
Keep in mind, you are already pretty insane.
Oh, I was so close too.
So that's 2 more. And is this for every time you get mutated?
Hold on. Alright. Real quick, somebody who has the book open on the regular one.
Yep.
What's the number you get to, 6 or 8, before you gain something?
6.
Oh, well, I'm at 6.
8 if you have strong-minded.
I didn't. I was pushing for it, but then I went a different path. Well, hold on, though. I gotta make this a thing again, because I did gain the second mutation. Each additional mutation requires another willpower test. This one does not say it challenging, though.
Okay, so a normal one because
Yeah, it
you've
says
already
average.
changed ones.
Oh, no. The difficulty increases to hard if the mutant failed the previous test.
Okay.
But it's
So
only
even
to gain. It's only to gain 1 insanity point this time.
Okay, so harder, but yeah.
Well,
Let's do it.
practically impossible, really.
Oh, I found a way for a dwarf or nothing to have sorcery. You just have to be a mutant.
I'm at 7 insanity now. Alright, what happens when I reach 6 insanity points?
You need to roll for insanity effects.
Which is what?
Give me a page number.
Maybe the GM has to roll.
Give me the page number.
Yeah, I'm on it. Summon Laser Demon, get Master Job, Terror, Fear. Page 200.
Doop-a-doo. Here we go. Insanity.
You need to
Critical
roll a
hits
D.
from experiencing terror and other things.
A D100.
Yeah, once a character reaches 6 or more insanity points, must make a willpower test. If the test is successful, nothing happens, but the character's insanity point total remains the same, and he must make the test again when he regained. Oh, so I got to 6, and then I gained another one anyway, so I'm making 2 willpower rolls.
Okay.
Oof.
This is all within like about 6 seconds, so let's see what you get
Well,
first.
not within 6 seconds, because I did deal with the iris, and then I reached down and touched it again.
Right.
Let's see, no.
Well, if you fail the first test, you don't have to re-roll because you lose 6 points.
No, but I gained another insanity point after the 6, and it says when you gain
No,
an
it's
additional
fine.
one.
You failed. You get an instant. You get the derangement, but you lose 6 insanity points, so you only have 1 now. So you don't have to roll.
That's good. Can we go down to
Oh,
1
so
then?
you cash in insanity points for insanity effects then.
Yep.
Alright, now
Cool,
I'm
And
at
now you have to
5100.
roll.
So what do you get? A 77.
Profane persecution. What is that?
Gotta do some scrolling. Character suffering profane persecution operates under the delusion that invisible and unseen enemies,
Ugh.
often acting in concert with his supposed friends, family, and loved ones, are involved in a master conspiracy to make his life miserable and eventually murder him.
So, my
Paranoia.
life as it already exists. I'm literally acting this way already.
You already put yourself in that position, so nothing changes, but if it did change, you'd still feel it.
You have to choose a group, a race.
Humans.
Elf, dwarf, halfling. Alright.
Humans. I already hate you people. Sorry, Alexa. It's true.
Templar, Witcher, Druid.
These enemies possess amazing powers, fiendish minds, able to spy on you day and night, construct secret tunnels and passageway, sneak about your lodging, slip drugs and poison into your food at all points, break into your rooms and tamper with your stuff, steal your precious possessions under your nose, drain your blood, wound and mutilate you, and make you the target of magic spells to compel you to do beastly things in your sleep and take over your mind.
Well, when a
All
character
humans are
suffering,
capable of this.
when a character suffering from profane persecutions encounters someone from the group he believes responsible for tormenting him, he must make a willpower test or react irrationally to that person's presence. Some examples include screaming in terror, fleeing, hiding, verbally or physically attacking the person, sobbing uncontrollably, or cowering in fear.
Wow.
Well, I hope you guys are
And
ready to
raving
be
about
insulted
conspiracies.
every fucking day.
And Witch Hunter might be on your track if you.
Why? Because I go around insulting people all the time?
Yeah. Raving about conspiracies and invisible enemies, a source of lunacy. Shakata suffering from profound persecution should be wary of bringing real persecution down on his head from witch hunters. Apparently, witch hunters are dicks to insane people.
I'm just making a note what page this is on. Or 206.
Another mutation. Oh yeah, it's the one you got. Fuck, it's not a good one.
No, it's a good one. I have acute hearing and agile.
Didn't you reroll for the 2? Then
No, I re-rolled the first one from bestial appearance
sorry,
That
yeah.
cost-
to
Right, yeah, you made a cross check and then you rolled a second one, and now we're
Alright.
on to the third if we're going to do a third.
Yeah,
so
do it! You
want
need
to.
power to subdue your inhuman enemies.
I mean,
You
if you did this once and something good happened, right? And you did it again and something good happened, and you
Yeah.
didn't know something bad was going to happen.
Yeah,
It's
Wouldn't you?
irrefutable logic. This is magic gold.
I mean,
Yeah.
really, isn't it though? I keep touching it and something good keeps happening to me.
Exactly. Magic is
Yeah.
great for you.
It's so easy to rationalize bad thoughts, isn't it?
yeah.
The thing is, I want to make
Touch.
you roll to like do or don't, but like we both know we all want you to.
Yeah,
Touch the Midas Stone.
I gotta do it again. Sorry, I got to.
Yes.
So are you gonna do it again?
I am doing it again.
Yay.
This is why we play these games, for the random, oh my god, I can't believe that happened thing, but I mean,
On.
I only got myself to blame, I understand.
You know, I had events and talks we could have done, but no, we're just mutating the hell out of you, and that's just great.
I have a
So-
featureless face. That's one fear point, by the way.
Oh,
Oh my god.
so a fear point means that you have the menacing quality, I believe, which is like +2 intimidate and torture.
I'll
But,
be honest, I'm scrolling down the thing to figure out what a featureless face is first.
Page 38.
Featureless face is a cosmetic.
indeed.
While you were sleeping, your nose, eyes, and mouth left. Followed
So they
soon-
haven't. It hasn't happened yet.
Followed soon after by all your facial hair. Any moles, warts, and scars felt lonely, so they left too. When you awoke, you discovered you are now featureless. Though you lose your eyes, nose, and mouth, your senses are not impaired in any way, and you no longer need to take in food or drink to survive, though the pains of hunger are forever after a constant scourge.
It's horrible, but you don't know what
I
happened
no
yet,
longer
so-
need to eat or drink, though. Which
Yeah.
really helps those outdoor survival checks I've always been failing.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Touch it again!
I believe this is another check to see if you gain more insanity.
Right. And since I failed the last one, it's at a -20.
Touch it again.
We're just on our addictive binge now. We're all addicted.
Yeah, this will make the character
This is the
unplayable.
power
very
of chaos right here,
I-
everyone.
I had a once I played D&D and we had a dice that when we rolled could do magical things but also fuck us. Like it was a deck of many things in a dice form. We
That's
rolled
wonderful.
that shit also for 2
Dude,
sessions.
every time the
we rolled
deck
that
of many
shit.
things comes
Yeah.
up, I'm just like, I draw 50.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can never put it down.
Exactly.
And no, I'm not
so you do get
unplayable
one
now.
more insanity point.
I'm literally just gonna go out and buy a one of those hoods.
By a mask.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, masks are fucking awesome. Are you throwing down on masks? I will
No,
fight
I'm
you.
not.
I will.
It doesn't happen until you go to sleep, so you don't feel this one, but it's aching in your brain, and you just want to rub this all over your face.
That's
Are
what
you
I'm
gonna do
saying.
another one?
God, I got to, don't I?
Yes.
Are you gonna?
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't realize
God.
that they had page numbers listed then. That would have been so helpful to know 3 tomes ago.
That's exactly.
I mean-
so awesome.
I mean, from this one, I've really felt nothing, though, so I think it's
Are you
done,
done, huh?
right? I think it's done. I think it's got no power left in it, so I touch it again.
Yes.
Roll again. Well, honestly, we should be making you do toughness checks for this, but you're gonna do them until you get them. So
Oh.
790, big roll.
I mean, really, I think I'm just going until something bad really happens. I spit,
Spit
acid. I am mad sick, yo.
You're the elven archer who can spit acid. I think you got the best possible thing you could out of that. Spit acid, page 50.
You grow special glands in your mouth that produce sticky globules of flesh-eating acid. As a full action, you may spit a blob of the stuff at an opponent up
Wait.
to 10 yards, 5 squares away. Use ballistic
You won't
skill.
have a
I'm a
mouth.
fucking archer. To
You won't
resolve
have
the
any
attack.
mouth soon.
On a successful hit, you deal a damage 5 hit. You must wait 1d10 rounds before you can spit another blob.
This is actually a good question. You don't have a mouth. How do you spit acid?
You grow special glands. This comes after I lost my mouth, though. So
So you got like a teeny
Yeah.
tiny pinprick of a hole right here.
that's really gonna make
maybe
the
you have to
mask
reroll.
weird.
Or maybe you need to reroll the
It's up
mutation.
to the GM.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean,
I've got to get my hand on that goal too.
it's fear 0, so it's a hidden gland. Nobody knows you have it.
Yeah, but it's basically useless if he doesn't have mouth. That suck.
But my point was that this comes after the featureless face.
Would you like something horrifying?
What do you mean?
This is your choice. Do you want something horrifying or not?
What? My choice as opposed to what?
As opposed to, say, just not taking this.
Do I want something horrifying? I
Mm,
mean, that could literally mean anything.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not going for horrifying. Featureless face I wouldn't have chosen on my own.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, this is the do you want to keep acid or not?
I mean, I'll keep acid. Sure.
Okay, it comes out of your eyes.
I don't have
it doesn't
eyes, though.
have eyes.
But you don't have eyes either.
I don't have
No.
a face. That's what I'm saying. You changing it to my eyes doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Could I always cut a hole in your face?
What's wrong with your face?
Roll me to hit real quick. And that's going to be a body part. It's going to come out of that.
Oh. Ed, no.
Yeah, it's your head after all.
It comes out of your ears.
The only reason it's so
Yeah, that's
good...
the only thing that's really left on your head, isn't it?
No. I mean, well, I don't know, face.
I mean, you do have giant ears.
Right, it's true.
So, it does in fact come out of your ears in a waxy, acidic form.
That's super gross and
It is
It is.
terrifyingly gross.
do it again.
Featureless face.
This is what we've devolved into.
I love it.
Well, here's the thing, though. It says all my facial hair. Okay. I'm just making sure that I do have my ears still.
Yeah, just your ears. Everything else is gone.
Okay.
Are you?
Wait.
My... What, is there something I need to be checking, by the way, still? Oh, I gotta do another willpower.
Yeah, another how deep into
But
insanity are
you
you
mentioned
on?
a toughness thing.
Oh, that's for... When you touch it, you have a chance of mutating, but you're intentionally trying to, so you just do it until it happens. So there's no reason in forcing the roll because you're not avoiding it.
I guess the greatest part, though, about the acid thing is that I am all ballistic skill anyway.
Exactly, it's the perfect skill for
And
you.
it does, I think, more damage than my bow does.
And
Wait.
more insanity now, too.
How do you speak if you don't have a face?
Oh man, it's gonna make it really hard to curse at you, isn't it?
I think you can still speak.
Oh my god, this is
I have no
terrifying.
mouth, I can't speak. Literally, I am a game about existential chair.
Yep.
Oh my god, no.
So do you rub it on yourself again?
yes.
Honestly, nothing really
Pass it around.
all that
Dude.
bad has happened.
Pass it around, dude.
In your
Come
delightful
on.
insanity, you start ripping off your shirt and just jump into your cart full of shit and gold and
I'm
see
not
what
that insane. Literally, I think someone's out to kill me. Not that shit is the greatest thing. I don't have that kink.
You're getting there. Let's find out what happens.
I know, I am like one away from the most horrible thing.
So,
Technically,
are you
one could
going to-
argue that
oh.
featureless face is horrible too.
Yeah, it's horrifying. But you
Is
could
it-
grow a new face.
Is it
Who
time to
knows?
stop?
You could grow another face. Like,
I could
That's
grow
ready.
another face. That's
Yeah.
a great argument. You don't hear that in many games.
hey,
Roll again. You
No.
could grow another face.
I have two heads, one's without a face. So it's like having one head.
Oh
you can
god.
literally grow an extra limb.
I'm at
It's
I'm
fine.
at that point where I'm thinking maybe I should stop.
Just one more. Come on.
Go ahead and roll willpower.
Roll willpower. I failed.
You cannot resist the lure.
Well, you heard it from the GM.
Only good things happen, and it feels great.
This time
Your
it's
senses
literally
have
out of my hand.
expanded.
Literally out of my hand. GM says to roll.
204 nets you
Centroid.
a centauroid body.
Oh my god! Yes!
Oh, can you imagine the conversation the
What at
next day?
first seems like bowel distress rapidly worsens, causing the entirety of your guts and legs to warp and twist, the flesh coming free and reforming into something else. When you can bring yourself to look, you discover that your legs have been replaced by the trunk of legs of some other creature. Roll on the following table to determine the nature of the new creature. 1d,
Holy shit,
100.
Ash. Your ass grew so big it needs its own legs now.
By the way, this is definitely where I'm stopping.
Lion!
I am fucking
lion.
awesome. Oh, my movement goes up by
Your
2.
movement characteristic by 2.
And my toughness as well. I don't know about stopping. No, this is fucking
Roll
awesome.
2d10.
Hold on, let me
But, I
real
mean,
quick. Centroid.
you're probably gonna get burned at the stake right now because you're in the middle of Middenheim.
Yeah,
He's
I
in the
mean, that's
middle
fair.
of the Great Park, literally in the middle of the city, turning into a monster.
I'm
as
not
we
in the
speak.
middle of the Great Park. I'm probably somewhere in the sewer.
Okay.
Hold on, increasing my movement.
If you want to say in the sewer, we can clarify that, and you're down there.
Let's see.
You're not going
modify-
to be able to leave the
2.
sewer.
I now have a movement of 8. 2d10.
Well, at least they can't
Awesome.
catch you to burn you at the stake. 15 extra toughness?
Oh, wow.
Welcome to becoming a beastman. It's actually pretty awesome, isn't it?
So you gain the natural weapons talent also.
Yeah, because you have lion claws now.
See, I chose not to be a weasel so that I could be a fucking lion centaur, whatever the fuck that's called.
A lion. So?
Henceforth, you
Only your
consult
back half,
the
though.
Centroid hit locations table whenever you're struck in combat.
Yup.
Oh, that's awesome.
God, I got like almost all the best stuff except for that featureless face, which means I no longer have to eat or drink.
And of course, roll for insanity once more.
Hey, I passed.
Alright,
This is
well,
fine.
you come briefly to your senses and just drop it all on the ground, and you look back at your body, and you can feel your hair falling off your head, and you can only stop to think for a moment, what have I become?
You know what's also
Kinda
funny
awesome.
is that my distinct appearance look thing was Widow's Peak, so it kind of felt like I was losing my hair anyway.
Yeah. Gosh, a 90-year-old elf already losing his hair, and now just all gone.
Well, thankfully, I have to go to sleep before I lose my face, which gives me enough time to negotiate this deal with the Skaven.
Ah. Yeah, I'm
And
sure.
the Skaven, who are more than willing to accept mutations into their midst.
You go off to meet with the Skaven,
You have
and we'll go ahead and leave your story there for a moment because I gotta consider a whole lot of things.
you have a fear factor of 3 now.
Which
Wow.
I think doesn't put you into unsettling yet, does it?
Sorry, scrolling up the list.
Let's see. It is at Fear 5 that you move to Frightening, and it's at Fear 2 that you move to Unsettling.
So now I also have Unsettling, which means I'm harder to hit.
Yeah.
There's no downside to being a mutant.
Menacing is replaced with Unsettling, I think.
I feel like that's the last thing I ever say. There's no downside to being a mutant.
No!
Cue the crowd of Frankenstein villagers out to kill me.
Yeah, what are you at? Oh, your toughness increased too, so did your mutation limit. I think we still burned through like half of your roll, so that's fun.
I mean, we
But
had
yeah, you see, like,
pretty
even going this far, you weren't going to hit the limit.
No.
You
You
can
will
touch it again!
eventually.
No, apparently I came to my senses. That last roll was because I failed my willpower.
Oh my god.
Like I said, I
this
was
is
so on the fence that the GM had me roll. That's why I said, nope, not my call
Yes.
this time.
Exactly.
We could have played a game with it, like spinning bottles. Like you touch it, I touch it, Conrad touch it.
Mutation party, everyone!
Yeah,
Papa Nurgle's invited.
our best session ever.
Alright, I got a lot of stuff to add to my sheet, so.
Alright, so I'll leave you to do that for a little bit, and we'll go ahead and cover what Conrad's up to. Because this is during the day, and you haven't seen your elven friend, but you talked with everyone else. What are you up to?
Well, we've been healed up. Everything's good there. Let me check my notes real quick.
Yeah, tell us if you got anything on your mind.
Well, where would be a good place to go look to see if there's any information on the possibly fictional village of Evanwald?
Well, there are a few government buildings with different records that you could possibly go to. I don't have a name to pull up right now, but I'm going to make the assumption that the Palace District probably has something. Either the Square of Marshals might have the actual library in it, or the Midden Plots itself might.
I'll go to the library there and look up what he can, because that's a place that it has been rumored that the armor may be.
So what are you looking up exactly? Or what's going on? I didn't quite catch that.
The village of Evanwald. It's possibly from a fairy tale. It's supposed to be in the north.
Right, right. So you're going to go ahead and sit down and do some research. Do you have a
Yes.
skill to do research? Can you read and write?
Sadly, he cannot, so he will have to ask for help.
All right. What do you have for asking someone else to do the work for you?
Charm.
All right. So you're going to try charming one of the librarians. Or one of the records keeper. Let's go ahead and give
Yes.
it a roll.
Doesn't quite work.
I'm sorry, we just don't have the time to go looking for fanciful villages and the like. I've got to get all this stacked, so if you could just, go do it yourself. Thanks.
There are other librarians out there.
Indeed, but, well, they are a little bit busy. You can go
Yes.
ahead and keep trying to, talk to them, and we'll go ahead and do one more check to represent the, rest of your activities.
Okay, let's try for another charm. You might help me uncover a true legend.
Ooh, this sounds way more exciting than what I was doing, and they just kind of shove it straight off their table into the trash bin. Alright, let's go and find your books. And they will go ahead and assist you in trying to find information about the village. I do not have a sheet for regular paper pushers, so let's go ahead and go D. We have a D100 right here. Nope, just gonna have to roll. Let's say that they're smarty pants. Alright. They spend their time helping you and go, I'm afraid it's just not in this section. Maybe it's even older than this. I wonder who could have something like this. Sometimes noblemen are buried with records of their old holdings. Maybe one of the families might happen to know and could let you visit one of the mausoleums in Moore's Garden.
Perhaps. Do you have any records that could lead me to any appropriate note?
Afraid not. Well, we don't know the village, and none of the names match any of the ledgers we found, and this is a large stack of papers. I could keep going through it, but I'm not sure what I'm going to find.
And so I'm straight on this. They do have a list of some nobles that might possibly be from that area, but might not. And
Right,
I
that's
could.
part of the information she was looking for and didn't find.
Okay.
So with your bookkeeping hitting a dead end for the time being, let's shift over to Gustav and see where did you happen to go after you have your symbol and your prayers and everything is well received by you.
To my
What are you up
master, because I need to study.
All right,
Good wizard.
all right. You head off to your master. Let's see. Eisen's busy looking out the window through his telescope and seems to have added quite a few extra parts to it. Angles to align to stars and crystals
Hmm.
dangling from meters gauging the winds of magic themselves.
Ooh.
And as you approach, he kind of looks at you and he has a strange, somber expression on his face before he lightens up and rushes over to you. Oh, it's. How did everything go for you? Was the Lord of the Lady of Light receptive to your pleas?
Yes, she was. She was really, really kind, actually, and I think she's very pleased with me.
Oh, that's great. Sometimes I think she could be a little bit well, uptight, if you know what I mean.
Uh,
She still has
maybe.
all that noble blood running through her. So I'm glad, of
She's
course, if she didn't look down on you or anything.
no, 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 not well. As a master to an apprentice, but no more than that.
I see, I see. Well, it's good that you're back because I had something I wanted to talk to you about.
Ready?
And he will go behind his desk and reach back into a safe and withdraw a silken cloth package.
What?
Ah,
What is that?
he unwraps it and reveals a small, perfect crystal lens. This
Oh,
once belonged to my master and his master. Long ago, it was used with a silver telescope to see not just the futures before us, but the futures adjacent, beyond what could be. Such adjacencies did not exist until that future itself was cried upon, and the telescope would render them dark and void if you attempted it until then. So it was always a bit of a gamble to see your incoming fate, but perhaps be able to learn about all the possible details and of fate surrounding it.
huh.
Clever contraption. Too clever. A belligerent noble desired to learn too much, and when he heard the truth, he kicked the whole thing over and broke its precious instruments.
That's a
The,
shame.
on- the only recoverable part was the lens itself, which holds but a bare portion of the telescope's properties. Without secondary lenses, everything is upside down and distorted, but it's still useful in such a state. And he goes ahead and hands it up to you to look.
I'll look at it. I look through it.
I'm going to paste you
How many
what it can
incentive
do.
points again?
And it is as he said, the focus of the lens when you try to make things clear causes things to be upside down, and it's difficult to quite view and understand what's happening. But if you were to try to cast your own future through it, you think you could understand it a little bit more clearly.
Huh. That's
And I'm giving this to you because I'm about to ask you to do a simple task that, on inspection, is far more difficult than I could have anticipated. As part of the guild's
oh
holdings and my authority in it, I manage one of the silver mines that our school uses the most. Its monthly shipments of ore is late, however, and I intended to send you out on a simple task of taking a cart, telling them what's what until they get back to work, and returning with the month's haul. I became curious, though, and I saw a most peculiar reason for all this. Greenskins have taken over the mine and are hiding in it. Why?
greenskins. Ah,
Yes. Why, I cannot say, but I do not have enough of my students available right now to rally for a fight, nor are there enough soldiers available in the city to go with them to secure it. But yet, somehow, I saw that you could succeed, and perhaps save some of the miners in the process.
oh,
And,
goodness.
of course, it is our duty as wizards of the heavens to say such truths about our fortune telling.
Yes.
So I must tell you about such a fate. You are going out there, and it is going to happen, though, well, I would ask politely that maybe it happens sooner than later. So telling how long they might survive out there.
Mm, I see. Well, I'll guess I'll yes, I'll do it. Sure. I mean, if it's
I'm glad
important.
to hear it. I do have some extra money, if you don't mind. And he'll go ahead and pull out a purse and start counting out coins. You'll need a cart, and you'll need food, and a few barrels of fresh water so that you don't have to stop anywhere, and I think there is a small mercenary company in town. I think you might be able to hire a couple of them, and he'll add a few extra gold to the pile. Let's see. And I guess if we're going to make sure you have enough food for anyone else you might bring. Yes. Okay. And he'll go ahead and pass a whole purse over to you, along with a full list of possible expenditures that you should take with you.
Oh boy.
I've done this math before, so it should all check out, but, well, I'll go ahead and show you where on the map it is. And he'll go ahead and take you over to this map. And of course, it is right where this little red mark is.
All right.
As you can see, it's just around the Midden Mountains. Don't let the large dotted line fool you. That's not a road. I thought it was once. No, that's just the border between Nordland and Ostland.
Ah,
What you'll have to do is you'll have to take the road north to Beckerhaven, then dart into the woods, and that's at least a total of 5 days just to get there going straight through. And then, of course, 5 days back, and who knows how long you'll be out there.
very well. Um, sure, I'll prepare right away then.
Good, good. Well, I can only wish you the best of luck. I have too much to do here to go with you.
Sure.
And at the very least, if worse comes to worse and you can't get the silver or the mine or the miners, try not to get yourself killed.
Yes, of course.
I'd rather have you alive than everything dead.
I'll do my best.
Excellent. And we will switch once more over to Alexa to wrap things up. Alexa, what were you going to do with the rest of your day or even night?
I guess I'll try to get rid of the leather jerkins.
Okay. You could probably sell it off for a portion of the price. Go ahead and give me a haggle roll.
I guess I'll
Oof.
just be willing to give whatever or sell them for whatever anybody's willing to buy them.
Of course, it's hard to find a seller, but there are pawn shops in town, and the one you go to goes, well, they are in good quality. They smell a bit strange. They smell like bedroom. Huh. It overpowers even the blood. Oh well, I can wash that out. I suppose we're looking at 25%. They are, of course, fully usable and resellable.
Okay, I think so 25% a piece.
Yes.
I guess I'll take it.
Better than nothing. Of
Yeah.
course, I could offer you 50% for credit if you're willing to take a trade from the shop.
Well, I need tools, and I don't have the money to get those. So.
Well, I have all sorts of kind of tools. What could you be interested in?
Well, that's okay. I'll pass. I don't have the money.
Well, I guess I'll have to fish out the money then myself. And he'll go ahead and start counting out the coins for you. And so your night passes for the time being,
Okay.
and we'll go ahead and wrap up here for tomorrow.